Before all of that, from fighting on the front line in Afghanistan to coming close to death, scaling Everest, he's taken on some of the toughest challenges known to man.
But what is Ant Middleton's secret to survival? Well, according to him, it all comes down to a positive mindset.
And as he continues to help others on his Mind Over Muscle tour, Ant joins us now, and welcome to you.
Thanks,
Very
Holly.
nice having
to see
you
you.
today. So this Mind Over Muscle tour, it's an immersive show, isn't it?
Yes, it
So
is.
just explain a little bit about it.
I tap into the mind. You know, a lot of people, they train what they see. Like, body beautiful, this is what you get.
Right.
When you chip all that muscle away and you leave them with their mind, a lot of people don't know how to manage that or how to use it efficiently.
Okay.
So I sort of tap into their mindset and give them a newfound sort of lease of life to realise their full potential, and ultimately it's all up here.
And how much are we actually using? Sort of say, if we don't know your technique, do you think, what do we function
We
on?
function at a quarter of our potential.
Is that right?
Yeah, not even a quarter of our potential. We're functioning here and we should be up here. And a lot of people, I want to, I can see it inside them. I want to grab them by the shoulders and give them a good shake, and tell them, look, listen, believe in yourself. If you take a good hard look at yourself and you push yourself to, your limits and your boundaries, you'll realise what you're capable of. But a lot of people stay in this sort of safe zone. They stay in this sort of comfort zone.
Right.
And it's not until you step outside of that you realise where your potentials are.
Well, you've described us as mentally weak. Why are we?
I say that not mentally weak. I say the nation is getting mentally weak,
Right.
And what I mean by mentally weak is that mental resilience. We're losing that mental resilience, of pushing ourselves. Society doesn't cater for us to push ourselves to our boundaries or to our limits or even beyond. We're kept in this sort of safe environment.
Yeah.
Therefore, we live in this void. The moment we step outside of that, we start to live in this new, exciting space. We start to learn about ourselves, we start to grow, and we start to become a better version of ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's all I do. I just slowly push you, just outside your comfort zone to make you feel comfortable being uncomfortable.
And can anybody do it?
Can I have
Yes,
that?
I believe anyone can do it,
We've
yes.
got,
that over. We'll just,
a slight mic
stick
problem
that, stick
here.
that
Okay,
on you
no
there,
worries
so make sure
whatsoever.
I can hear you properly.
There you go.
Okay.
I don't know you don't like... I'm worried that anyone who came
Listen,
out of your field of vision then was...
Phillip, thank you. You saw that, didn't you?
Very
You've been
brave,
taken
very
right
brave.
out then,
Take them
so a
out.
bit of a warning, had to have a warning. Keep you safe.
You've faced, obviously, many terrifying situations, but actually performing big on stage was pushing you out of your own comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when I first got onto stage in front of thousands of people, I was really outside my comfort zone, but I really enjoyed it because I learned something about myself.
Yeah.
And I learned that I was uncomfortable, so therefore I wanted to feel comfortable being uncomfortable, so I kept on pushing myself. But ultimately, what got me out there was getting this message out. We operate at a quarter of our potential. Take a good hard look at yourself and push yourself. And it's a progressive journey. This is something that you're going to solve overnight.
Right.
It's a lifelong journey that you should be on. It's a fascinating preoccupation when you think about it.
So what's it done for you then? Obviously, you must be practising what you're preaching, so you must be quite mentally strong. And so what has that done for you?
Well, you look at the careers that I've had. You look at being in the Special Forces. I've had to be mentally resilient, not only for my life, but for the people to the left and right. I've got people's lives in my hands. I have to take ownership of that. I have to hold myself accountable. And it's a massive responsibility. And the moment this is distracted, then that could cost someone else's life. I'm not really bothered about my life. So that's the sort of extremes that I've been to.
But you think that sort of pressure in itself would cause this to have a problem?
Yes,
Like,
it
you
does,
meant
with
it.
so many
With-
servicemen
Yes, it
and
does. It does, and it does have an effect. But I'm sort of like believe in the prevention before the cure. Don't get me wrong. I've teetered on that edge where if I'd have slipped over, then I'd probably be in a completely different place. But through positivity and actually being honest with yourself, you can hold that line and start to progress on it.
Have you ever cried?
Yes. Oh, yes. If you see Mutiny on the Bounty, when I done Mutiny on the Bounty, when we finished and I was on the beach and we completed the task,
Yeah.
I let my emotions out then, and I had a good cry.
And
Yeah.
did you think then, oh, God, I'm showing weakness?
No, not then. I'm a strong believer in emotional resilience and to control your emotions to get the job done, because I've had to do that. And I do believe in that, and that's what I done on New Zealand on the Bounty. That's what I done on Everest. When I got to the summit, you see me have a little cry, and then I pick
well, you
myself
can
back
tell
up.
where you can tell where we're going with this, can't
Yes,
you?
I
You
can.
see this coming a mile off, and I just want to play you this. I don't make eye contact as he will start to cry. Now that was then you say misconstrued, but
Yes,
certainly perceived by many people as being that it shows a sign of weakness. But boys shouldn't cry. This is of your son Gabriel, who I think is 9, isn't he?
He's 10.
10 now.
Yes. And when his mum takes him, you know, he looks over to mummy, mummy pampers him, and he breaks down and he cries in the ring. When I take him, he does a lot better. He comes out, feels a lot more, you know, a lot more energised, and you know, he wants to go back in the ring. And that's because, you know, I teach him to control his emotions. You know, and again, people will take advantage of your weaknesses. You know, especially kids that can be so cruel, you know, and it's just, I just teach them to control them. I don't teach them not to cry, because we all cry, you know, I cry. I teach them to hold that emotion to get the job done.
And is that a good thing now?
I think so. Well, it served me well. So as a parent, I do what I think has served me well, and I try and instill that into my children.
Choosing the right moments, isn't it?
Of course it is, and that's exactly right. It's choosing the right moments. You know, if he came back home and he was upset and crying, I'd be like, "What's wrong, son? You know, tell me." Obviously, but a lot of people, you know, like children, you know, cry at school. My son came home and he said I was crying. Everyone called me a cry baby, and I'm like, "Well, listen, son, hold your emotions, come back and then cry on me. Tell me about it, and I'll help you out. I'll tell you what to do." And I think that's important, and we do control our emotions. You know, if we were going around crying every single day and you know, being pampered, you know, that's why I talk about that resilience that we've lost in. You know, that's slowly being sort of indoctrinated out of us. You know, it's important that we have that bit of resilience. And
or the other way of looking at it is tell the other children not to call that person a crybaby.
Yes,
I mean,
of course.
That would almost be a better way of.
But that never, you know what kids are like in a playground. It's you know what is there's no right way of parenting. You know, as long as you feel in your heart of hearts that I'm doing the best for my son, then and my daughter, and my children, then. You know, I sort of install what's worked for me.
For you.
And that has worked for me.
If you were to score a goal at Soccer Aid, would you cry?
Who says that I'm doing Soccer Aid?
Well, I think we can say it today, can't we? Because that is the big announcement today.
Indeed, there we go.
So
this is an exclusive.
So there we go, yep.
And you are for England?
For England, yes.
For England,
Team
Team
England. So there we go.
So Susanna Reid is your manager?
Do you know what? I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. My family, my children are excited about it. You know, especially my 10-year-old son, Gabriel, he plays football.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm OK, Phillip. I like to think I'm OK, you know. I like to think I'm a jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
So hopefully, well, we'll soon find out, I suppose.
Yeah, well, good luck, good luck. Soccer Aid is on the 16th of June.
Then you've got the Mind Over Muscle tour until the 28th of September, and the Mind Over Muscle day camps the 29th and 30th of June. And that's at the Royal Artillery Barracks.
Good luck with all of it. Busy.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, listen, please do come and support me.
Yeah.
Get your tickets.
Good luck, good luck, good luck.
Well done.